So tonight we're going to make Rocky Road Fudge. So I'm super excited to make fudge with you who like to make fudge for Christmas. Anyways, yeah, so let us know if you make fudge for Christmas and what your favorite kind of fudge is. Yeah, if you make it and what kind you love to make. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just cutting this butter into little cubes just like this. So when we stick the hot fudge in there, it'll melt easier. So this is just going in this bowl right here. 2 cubes of butter. And they don't have to be thawed. If they're cold, it helps cool the fudge down quicker. So, okay, here goes the other cube of butter. So 2 cubes of butter cut up into cubes. Okay, and then you're just gonna take 2 Hershey candy bars, and you're just going to break them up. And it's so warm in our house that they're like a little soft. Okay, so we're just breaking this chocolate up, and then you're just gonna set this aside while we cook the other part in the pan. So you're just gonna break it all up, just like that. That just helps it melt faster when you put the hot candy in there. So, all right. So we're almost done with this, because you just want this to all be ready for when your candy's ready to go. So, all right. So we got 2 cubes of butter and 2 big Hershey candy bars in this bowl. So I'm just gonna set this aside, and this will be ready when we need it. So, okay, so you're gonna need a whole bag of marshmallows, okay? But we're just gonna put like half the bag into the pan to cook. So I just kind of pinch it where I think half is, and just dump that in. So we got this other half a bag right here, okay? And then of course, you know, fudge is sugar, right? Fudge is mostly sugar. So I got my 2-cup measure cup, and you need 4 cups of sugar, okay? So we'll need 2 of these going in. And if you have people in your family that have like nut allergies, just leave the walnuts out of this, and it's just Rocky Road Fudge without the nuts. But our house, we're okay. So we got 4 cups of sugar going in, okay? And then you need 1 can of evaporated milk. So you got, it's 1.5 cups of evaporated milk, and that is just what's in this can. So that's all you gotta do. So we're just gonna put that in there. Okay, and then the last thing you need is a dash of salt. And a dash of salt, like, you know when a recipe calls for a dash of salt, and you're like, well, what's a dash of salt? So next time your recipe calls for a dash of anything, it's 1/8 of a teaspoon, okay? It's just a teeny tiny bit. So we have the marshmallows, the sugar, the evaporated milk, and a little bit of salt. And I'm just gonna give it a stir and a mix before I turn the oven on. So, okay, so you're gonna wanna do this on like medium heat, because you don't wanna burn your fudge. You gotta cook on the stove, So anyway, so we just got that in here, and we're just going to cook this and hang out. And you have to cook this until it reaches, I think it's softball stage. I just want to make sure. Yeah, softball stage. So I'm just going to get it going and boiling, and then we'll put the thermometer in there. So. And look, I bought me a new thermometer, like my old ones, because I don't like that other one at all. So I bought me a new one. This is the kind that I usually like, this one right here. I can read it better. So now we just got the part of getting your candy cooked and up to the right temperature. And then after that, everything happens super, super fast. And the other thing that I like about this fudge is it doesn't seem to me that it takes as long to cook as different fudge recipes. So. And if you like the dark fudge, make sure, like I just got the milk chocolate Hershey bars because that's what we like. But if you like the, you know, the dark chocolate, just get this special dark. Get, you know, 2 big candy bars of the special dark. And you could even probably do like, my mind is going crazy now, you guys, because I never thought of this before till I'm just sitting here. But you could do the big cookies and cream. I mean, you could pick your candy bar and just do the same recipe and just change up the candy bar. Hey, now that is genius. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever thought of that, but I just thought of it, so I was just saying what was in my head. So anyway, so this recipe actually came from a school teacher that I worked with, and she would make it for Christmas parties. And so finally one day I asked her if I could have the recipe. So shout out to Mrs. Bergen. She taught 2nd grade. And I've had this for probably 10 or more years. I've been making this kind of fudge because I worked at this school for like 18 years. So you're going to want to constantly stir this. This isn't something that you're going to want to leave. Otherwise the bottom will burn and your fudge will have a burned flavor. So you got to have some patience when you make like fudge and caramel and those kind of candies. So the marshmallows are almost melted, and then hopefully, and you want to not let this like boil real fast because you have to stir it, and if it pops on you, this stuff is hot. Okay, it's starting to boil. So what I was saying is you don't want it to boil super fast because this candy is super hot and it'll pop on you, and I promise you, you won't like it. Okay, so I need to turn it down just a little bit. And then keep it stirred because it burns so easy. I'm going to stick the thermometer in now. When you stick your thermometer on, you want to make sure it's not touching the bottom of the pan, because if you'll get a false reading if you're touching the bottom of the pan, because of course the bottom of the pan is hot, right? So just keep that in mind. So it's bubbling pretty good. Not too much longer, you guys, and we're there. Not too much longer. So this fudge really doesn't take as long as a lot of other fudges do for me anyway. So we're just stirring, stirring, stirring. Okay, we just got maybe like 5-8 more degrees, and we're gonna be there with the marshmallowy part. Okay, we're almost there, almost there, almost there. You guys could smell it. It just smells like a marshmallow wonderland. Okay, so now I've got it all ready to go, so I'm just stirring it up, and it's just turned a little bit like off-white now. Can you guys see that? It's like a roasted marshmallow. So that's what you want it to look like when you're done. So I got the chocolate and the butter in right here. And then all you're gonna do, and when you're making candy, a wooden spoon is the best thing to make candy with. That's just a little tip for you. So you're going to pour all of that yummy goodness into this bowl of butter and chocolate. And you see, you do it on low, like medium. You do medium. See, I didn't burn anything at the bottom of my pan. So you just have to, you know, do it low and slow and don't get in a big hurry. So, and then we're just going to stir this all together till it turns into chocolate fudge. I love this. It makes me so excited. It makes me, it's Christmas time. It's the only time I ever make fudge. I don't know why, but it is. So I guess it just makes me think of Christmas, and I get so excited to make it. And this is a really soft fudge, which I like too. So, okay. And you know, of course, as it cools down, it's going to get harder and harder, right? So I'm just going to stir it for a minute just to kind of get it a little bit cooled down before I add. So what you're going to do with the other half of your marshmallows when you make this is you're going to stick the other half in the freezer for like 2 hours till they're good and frozen. So when you add them in here, they won't all just completely dissolve in the hot fudge. So you can see the marshmallow in the fudge too. So I usually just like put one bag, because I always make 2 batches. So I just put 1 bag of marshmallows in the freezer and then just have the other bag to, like, you know, make the candy. So you're going to add 2 cups of walnuts, okay? Or if you like pecans or pecans, however you say it. You could do that too, but we have walnuts is what it calls for, and I got the already chopped ones because why not? Saves you a little bit. And it looks like I'm about to use this whole thing, so you got 2 cups of walnuts going in, okay? I'm gonna stir those in because I just want to do the marshmallows very last, just really, really quick. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so delicious. Okay, yeah. So I got this bag of marshmallows is frozen, so I'll just put the other half, I'll just put it back in the freezer and leave it there till I make the other batch. And then like I did last time, I just kind of pinch the bag where I think it kind of looks like half. And then I just dump it in. And then we'll just save this other half for the other one. And then you're just gonna hurry and stir this. Not very long. Because if you won't stir it and just let them be, they won't all like, it won't all melt in. So then you're just gonna get a 9 by 13 Pyrex, or just anything, cake pan, anything. And if you don't, if you wanna dump it in, I'm gonna do this here. If you wanna dump it in other things, it doesn't really matter, but this will fill a 19 by, or a 9 by 13 baking dish. And the thing that I like to do so it's easy to cut is just grab some tin foil out of your drawer and kind of just rest it in there so you can lift it up. So you can lift it up after it's set, and then it's easier to cut. So that's just what I do. And then you just have these, on these sides right here, well, let me show you because you can't see it. So I just line the pan with tin foil like this, and then these 2 that are on the sides like that, I can just actually lift it out and then pull it all down, and you can cut it really nice. So, okay, so just like that, we're ready to pour our fudge into our dish. And of course, you know, I like to lick the spoon in the bowl. So now you're just going to let it set up, and when it completely cools, then you can cut it. But this is a yummy, yummy, yummy fudge recipe. So anyway, you guys, so it is so good. I hope you guys will try this recipe. It's simple and it's so, so good. So this is Renee doing what I love. Hey, love you guys. Love Bye.